Legend has it.
I seen it! I seen it again!
A mysterious creature.
The Gravity Falls Gobble Walker!
Resides in Gravity Falls.
Did you guys hear that?
Do you believe?
All you gotta do is point and shoot, like this.
The picture!
Take a trip, if you dare, to Gravity Falls. Premieres Friday, June 29th at 9:30, 8:30 Central on Disney Channel.
If you've been in the Gravity Falls fandom for long enough, then there's a good chance that you've seen this image at some point in your life. At first glance, it looks like a normal screenshot from the episode Legend of the Gobblewonker, which is the second episode of Season 1 of Gravity Falls. But if you look closer, and it's pretty obvious to be honest, you'll notice that there is something in the background. Something unusual. And highlighted by a very obvious red circle, this unusual entity is, of course, Slenderman. And in case you've been living under a rock since the year 2011 or something, then Slenderman is basically the name of a fictitious supernatural character from like internet creepypastas and stuff. He's basically described as being a very tall and, as the name suggests, slender type creature, which is wearing a suit, has weird tentacles in the background, has no face, like tentacles on the back of on his back, and then he's like has no facial expressions, and he goes around kidnapping kids or something. I don't know. But yeah, so basically Slenderman is a well-known creepypasta like story from like years ago and stuff. So what does that all have to do, of course, with Gravity Falls? Well, as it turns out, as you've all probably know by this point if you're watching this video, then the image that you're looking at is been suggested as being an actual screenshot from the show. It's basically saying that, hey, look, this episode of Gravity Falls, in the background, there's this creature, Slenderman, in the background. Like, oh my gosh, like, Disney's allowed such a horrifying creature into their cartoons. Like, what? But of course, as anybody with a brain knows, this image is fake. And believe me, it is fake. I mean, on top of the fact that everybody already knows that this image is fake, I mean, if you go back and watch the episode, if you own the copy of a box set, then you'll see that Slenderman is not in the background of that specific scene. I mean, he's not there if you have the Disney Plus account. Like, you can go watch The Legend of the Gobblewonker right now, and you'll notice that Slenderman is not in the background. And like, even to be even more sure, like, I have the Gravity Falls episodes on my PVR and on the box set, and I've looked at them, and no, Slenderman isn't there. So here's me showing you, like, I got the PVR recording here of the Gobblewonker episode just to prove that, there's no Slenderman in the episode. See? And there, you can see, nothing is there. So, as if you didn't need more proof that this image is a hoax, there you go. The image that you're looking at is a fake. It's a hoax. It was a edited screenshot image made to fool fans back in the day. And this image actually pretty well, it was pretty well at doing this job, because as it turns out, like, back in the day, like, this image very, very much helped Gravity Falls gain a lot of momentum and popularity in the early few years of the show coming out. Like, if you go online, you'll find a lot of people talking about how, like they found Gravity Falls because of the Slenderman image. And, Gravity Falls got a lot of boost because of the Slenderman image. But one question that no one's ever asked that I've been really interested in is, where the heck did this image come from? Like, where was this image, where did this screenshot hoax come from? Like, where was the origin, like, point zero of this place? Like, where did this image begin to be spread around like wildfire from? And that basically is what my hunt for the past few months was. I wanted to try and find the source of the Gravity Falls Slenderman hoax image. Now, that is an easier said than done task, because, well, to be honest, trying to find the origin of this image is like finding a needle in a haystack, because it's been almost 10 years since this image was first leaked onto the internet, and there really isn't all that much information left out there. So I decided to begin from basically where I remember this image from, and like where a lot of people oftentimes link this image to being from, which is Imgur. basically, there's this link. If you go, like, I'll leave it in the description and stuff. But like, if you go on this link, you'll come across the original oldest mention of this image that I could find at first, which is on Imgur on the 13th of July, 2012. Now, unfortunately, Imgur, I don't think really keeps records of the people who made these posts. So whoever posted this image is about as a mystery as who DB Cooper is. But yeah, like, as far as I can tell, this is the oldest mention I can find of the Slenderman Hoax image on the internet. Like, basically online. Like, this is where it was one of the most popular, like, sources of this image. So I basically decided to begin my search from here. So I took the Imgur link and I looked first on the cesspool of the internet that is Twitter. And I looked around, like, going back in time to try and find the oldest mention of the Imgur link. And I came across this tweet by Twitter user named BLKCK. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to pronounce them, so I'm just saying their Twitter @ But yeah, so basically, I asked them back in July, like, do they know where the origin of the image is, and where did they get this from and stuff. This guy was really unhelpful. Like, I mean, no offense to them, but like when I asked them, like, do you know the source of the image? They were like, I didn't even know it was a hoax. And then they replied like, maybe I am. And then they were like, when I asked them again, like, they were like, I have no idea, to be honest. I just tweeted it because I was excited at the possibility, lol. So yeah, that was useful. But as far as I can tell, this guy is the oldest, like, has the oldest, like, image, like, video of this, like, that there exists on the internet. Like, so, like, as far as back I can tell, like, this is the oldest mention of the Slenderman Hoax image link on Imgur on Twitter. So there's that. Also, a little fun fact, also, while you're looking around for this image, is that Alex Hirsch actually knows about this. Like, on the 28th of July, a Twitter user asked is the Slenderman rumor in Gravity Falls true? And Alex responded by saying every Gravity Falls rumor is true because, you know, he's Alex Hirsch. Obviously, the Slenderman image is fake, but, you know, this kind of got people excited and stuff, I guess. But yeah, so pretty much, like, that's where the mystery starts to deepen. At first glance, like, you can kind of begin to assume that the Imgur link is the oldest source for this image that exists. However, I did a bit of further digging because I'm not convinced that this image's oldest mention is from here. So I got the members of the .gfn Discord server. I basically got them to do some further digging on this. So they began by looking on, like, various websites and stuff, because, like, originally my plan was to get this video out a long time ago, but I delayed it because, you know, I wanted to work on the Puzzling Pines video first. But they did some digging and they came across something rather interesting. Posted on basically what they discovered was this link to this image. It's the exact same image, and it was posted on, of all websites, knowyourmeme.com. Yeah. And the image was posted 9 years ago, as it all says, but when you look at the date that it was posted on, it says July 11th, 2012 at 10:13 p.m. EDT. And I mean, I don't need even to explain it to you, but, like, that is 2 days prior to the Imgur image being posted. The Imgur image, as you know, was posted on the 13th of July, 2012. But this image on knowyourmemes.com was posted on the 11th of July. So it's older. And that was kind of a big shock because, like, holy shit, someone actually posted this image a long longer time before, like only 2 days ago earlier, but there it was. Like, this could be it. This could be the oldest mention. So I did a bit of further digging, and the person who uploaded this image, it was a person by the name of Memes Are Not Funny Anymore. And yeah, I know it's an ironic name, a weird profile pic, but yeah, like, they joined 11 years ago onto Know Your Meme, and that all. But unfortunately, the best guess that we could have would be to contact this person to try and ask them like, hey, do you remember posting the Slenderman meme? And by any chance, did you make the meme yourself, or did you post it from somewhere else? I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna suspect the latter because it's Know Your Meme. I mean, there's fan art all the time posted on here that no one credits, so this probably was a stolen meme. But I mean, we can't be certain until we ask the person. But good luck trying to do that, because this person has not been on Know Your Memes for years now, and there's a link to a website that no longer exists either that they ran. So yeah, this is a pretty dead end. Like, the last comment that this person has was from 7 years ago. Yeah, and also there's a profile with a Dipper profile on it, but I mean, I doubt that's gonna have any importance. So yeah, so yeah, this hunt looked like it was pretty much at a standstill. Like, this guy who we thought was the person who uploaded this image has uploaded it a lot longer ago. Like, we originally, like, basically my assumption had been that the Imgur link was the oldest mention of this post, of the Slenderman post, the Slenderman image. But as we can now see, like, this person on Know Your Memes posted it 2 days earlier. So that likely means that this image was posted at some time a lot longer ago. I decided to do a bit of further digging. I looked up Gravity Falls Slenderman on Google Trends to try and find when the oldest like mention of it was. And I did a bit of digging, and from what I was able to locate, the oldest mention of Gravity Falls Slenderman in any way was back on the 11th of July. So basically, that means that most likely this image was posted onto the internet on the 11th of July. Hey, me from the future here. I'm just editing this video after like months of putting it on hold, and I just went back to look up the Google Trends just to find the like to get the graph for the screenshot and stuff for the scene. And what I noticed was apparently the oldest mention of Gravity Falls Slenderman was not on the 11th of July as I had originally stated in this video. It apparently was on the 9th of July. So like the phrase Gravity Falls Slenderman, which is like there's no space between Slender and Man. Like, that was apparently there were 24 hits on that on the 9th of July in 2012 according to Google Trends. So I don't know how I missed this when I was originally doing the searching for this video, but apparently the mentioning of Slenderman on with Gravity Falls was apparently a lot older by another 2 days. So that essentially changes everything that I'm going to say for the rest of this video, because apparently this mention of July 9th means that this image was probably even older than what the Know Your Meme post was. So yeah, what a shock. And anyways, now we'll go back to past me, who's continuing with the narration for this video. Or at some point it was popularized on the 11th of July, and then the Imgur link was posted later on. So there's a very high chance that this image was posted somewhere prior. So we now have a possible date for when this image was posted onto the internet, but we still don't know who made it. So I decided to do a bit of more digging on my own, now knowing that the oldest mention of this image was on the 11th of July. And basically, I came across something rather interesting while I was doing this, and it was more evidence that this definitely is the date that this image was posted on. There's this old blog on Tumblr that I discovered called fuckyeahslenderman.tumblr.com. Kind of odd name, given it sounds very similar to fuckyeahgravityfalls.com, which is an unofficial Gravity Falls fan blog, which is in collaboration with the Gravity Falls wiki and whatnot. But anyways, the person who runs this blog or whatever, or probably a reblog that they did, it was like someone commenting about how they submitted this thing onto the Slenderman post, and they basically say, quote, "It's a screen cap, apparently from the new Disney Channel cartoon called Gravity Falls, and I hope that it isn't Photoshopped because it would be extremely awesome." And it's basically the Slenderman Hoax image. And see, basically from what's being said, it very likely is that whoever submitted this. They found this image on the internet somewhere, and they submitted it to the Slenderman blog to try and get some hype out there. So this post, by the way, was made on July 11th, and it's kind of interesting because this post was posted at 21:56, which means that this was posted at 9:56 p.m. on the 11th of July. And that's kind of interesting because the Know Your Meme, the post on Know Your Memes, which we've determined to be the oldest post, was posted at 10:13 p.m. EDT. So that would mean that the Slenderman blog post is older than the one on Know Your Meme. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure about that because like the Know Your Meme post was posted in Eastern Standard Time, while the Slenderman blog post was made and I'm not sure what time zone, so it could have been made earlier, or it could have been made later. Maybe it's from a West Coast-based account, for example, so maybe we don't know. So for that reason, I'm not entirely certain about that. So it's possible that the Know Your Meme link is not the original source, but likely a repost from whatever the original source was. So I'm not so certain about that. And speaking of the Slenderman post, a few minutes afterwards, an anonymous person commented letting them know that the Gravity Falls screen cap was fake, and that they had a friend rewatch the episode and they said it wasn't on there. So, I mean, people were able to figure out that this was a fake image pretty much on the same day that the image was apparently posted. So that was a bit of a dead end. Like, I still have no real origin on where the source of this image is still. So basically, we still don't know who the source is. So like, we don't know who made the post originally. Then one of my people on the server, they came across a video from 2013 about the Slenderman hoax. So it's a very old video, but it's also pretty new for being a source. So it's from 2013, so it doesn't really count. But like in the comments section of the video, they noticed a lot of people saying that it was photoshopped by someone named LuTunes, and that's a bit of an interesting little tidbit because the person named LuTunes is a pretty well-known Gravity Falls or somewhat of a YouTuber, and they made a bunch of videos back in the day, like for Gravity Falls, and they also made a couple of Gravity Falls characters in the future type posts, videos and stuff, like art drawings and stuff, so they're pretty well known in the fandom. And this ended up being a pretty strong lead because LuTunes is an artist, obviously, and they're good at photoshopping, and they probably were good at photoshopping and stuff, so chances are that LuTunes is the person who made the image. So that was a huge lead for us. Like, an OG member of the Gravity Falls fandom probably had made this, and they posted this on something and whatnot, and then unfortunately this was also a dead end because in 2014, around the time that season 2 was coming out, LuTunes made a video in which he confirms that he is not behind the hoax.
In the first season episode, The Legend of the Gobblewonker, if paused on the precisely correct frame, you can see this figure. Now, this guy isn't familiar to me, but apparently he's a famed horror game character known as Slenderman, and he has creeped his way into Gravity Falls. As for Slenderman appearing in Gravity Falls, well, watch the episode for yourself. He's nowhere to be found. But kudos to the Photoshopper.
He talks about the hoax in the video, and then he also mentions kudos to the Photoshopper, meaning that he wasn't the one who made the image. So that was another dead end for us. At this point, I mean, all bets are off. Like, at this point, I don't think we're ever gonna find the source of the image, but there's still a little bit more discoveries I made along the way, so I'm gonna get those through first. During the whole hunt, I also made an accidental discovery, which was a huge lead. So it was basically to a Gravity Falls video made in May of 2012, which is a whole interesting story behind it as well. Like, this is a YouTube channel that only has 2 Gravity Falls themed videos on it, which are uploaded in May of 2012, so almost a month before the show began. So how on earth did this YouTube channel have all these videos up? Like, why does it have 2 random Gravity Falls videos up for before the show even came out? So it's a weird mystery and all that, and like the comments in the video are saying like they got these ads during games and stuff. So unfortunately, like that's a whole mystery in itself. But like this whole thing is a bit of an interesting thing because like the footage, like the comments in this video, which are from like years ago, are of people talking about the Slenderman hoax and stuff. And given the screenshots I took of this are from like this year and stuff, and they have the videos listed, the comments listed around 9 years old and whatnot, that means they were most likely made in July or August of 2012. So it's possible that this video was one of the earliest videos that people went to find proof that the Slenderman hoax was real or not, because like they noticed a thumbnail which is like clips from the same episode, so they would go and watch this video to try and see if Slenderman was in the background. It doesn't give us any further leads because like it doesn't tell us when this video came out. Like it doesn't tell us when the hoax image came out, because like what we know obviously is that the Slenderman hoax image could not have been made until after the Legend of the Gobblewonker had aired, and we got our first glimpses of the episode and stuff. It's possible that might have been made earlier because of like this. Maybe they could have used this fake like this video or something, but I doubt it. I mean, my reasoning for suspecting that they did not, whoever the uploader was, did not use this specific video is because like there's no Disney Channel logo on here, but on the actual fake image there is a Disney Channel logo, so it's likely that this was a screenshot directly ripped out of the TV or something, so it could not have been used from this video. So that takes out of the account that this video made on the 30th of May was where the Slenderman image was taken from, like where the screenshot to add Slenderman into was taken out of. It just doesn't add up. So yeah, it's basically a weird dead end at this point. Like it's like we don't know anything else at that point, like anything old. However, there's one final thing I should mention, and it isn't really a look into how old into determining when the image was made or who made it, but it does provide some further insight of how this Slenderman hoax got so popular. Someone, when I made my original post on the Reddit page, on the Gravity Falls Reddit, about how I'm looking for the Slenderman hoax image, they linked to me this image from 9gag. And basically it was an image it was the same image posted onto 9gag.com, and it's like, this is possibly where the image originated from. Unfortunately, that's not true, because if you look closely, it says that the image was posted on the 12th of August, 2012, so that obviously doesn't make this the source of the image. However, the 9gag image is pretty popular. Like, it has 37,000 upvotes and 1.2k downvotes, so it is pretty well known a photo. So my assumption is that the 9gag post is where the image got the most attention from. On top of that, on the day after the 9gag post was made, someone made a video. A YouTuber by the name of Pepin made a video called Slenderman and Disney Show, which is just an image of them proving that the Slenderman hoax image on 9gag is fake, because like they say link to the original post, and they linked the 9gag post, which is from August 12th. So that means that the 9gag post and this video are where the Slenderman hoax image became super popular. Like, it was pretty well known before that as well, but this post, like this video and this 9gag post made it all the more well known. So while the 9gag post isn't the origin of it, as we've determined, it is where the whole hoax was most likely popularized from. So where does this all leave us? Long story short, I'm going to assume that the image's source is now long lost. Because while the Know Your Meme post is the oldest mentioning of the image that I can find on the internet alongside the Fuck Yeah Slenderman post, I don't believe either of them are the sources, because the Slenderman blog post states that this image was submitted to them. It wasn't like something that they made themselves. So someone submitted it to them, hoping that it would be a real screenshot. So for that reason, I don't suspect that the Slenderman blog is the origin, because they likely got the image from someone who probably got the image from someone else who might have been the source. But we can't be sure about that, because obviously the images and whoever sent the image is probably long gone. Like, they're not online, obviously. And on top of that, the Know Your Memes post, I have my doubts that that is the source of the image because, well, on top of the fact that we can't be certain because the person who posted the image is now long inactive, it's on knowyourmemes.com. And knowyourmemes.com is about as reliable as the source of an image as, I don't know, as reliable as a junk for car or something from a scrapyard is. I don't know. I'm not good at making examples, but you get what I'm trying to say here, is that like the Know Your Memes link, while older than the Imgur link, is not the source because it's just not likely it. My best guess is that the person who posted it on Know Your Memes ripped the image off of the original source, and they likely know where the source is, or maybe they've forgotten by this point, but we'll never be able to figure that out. Because they're long gone. My best guess is that the image was posted somewhere. Maybe it was posted onto Tumblr originally. Maybe it was posted onto 4chan for all I know. Like, it could have been posted on a forum somewhere. Like, someone was like, hey, I just made this fake edit and so I'm gonna fool some kids with it. It's very likely that's where the image originated from, and we'll just never know that because the source is probably long gone. I mean, for all I know, I could also be wrong. Maybe there's something I overlooked, and the source is still out there. Unfortunately, we'll never know because, like, I don't know, maybe I'm too lazy to look that up, but, like, I do believe that the source of this image is somewhere out there. If it's still not up, maybe someone archived it, and, like, the link to it is on archive.com or something. But we'll never know because, yeah, like, I doubt that people back in the day were so keen on preserving the stuff so that people today will figure out. I mean, let's be honest. Most Gravity Falls fans don't even care this much. Like, I mean, there's Gravity Falls fans out there who don't even know that Journal 3 is a real book. So, I mean, why would they care about some Slenderman Hoax image from 2012? But, I mean, that said, like, I do find it kind of interesting looking back on these Gravity Falls stories because it's just so cool to see just how much this show just did so much great stuff. Like, this stuff wasn't even canonical or, like, part of the actual show lore. It's like someone just made a fake edit and it's become this infamous meme in the Gravity Falls fandoms. Like, some fans are so frustrated every time they see this post. They're like, oh my god, I hate that Slenderman post. Like, everybody was believing it back in the day, and others are just like, oh my god, that's just a throwback. Like, I remember when that was everywhere. Like, that's the cool thing about Gravity Falls. Like, it's such an old show, but it has such a loyal fandom. It's like, I just don't see that in most shows nowadays. It's like, the Gravity Falls fandom is just so amazing when you really take the time to look at it. Just how amazing this show is. Like, Gravity Falls is just a great show. Like, and it's also kind of cool because the Slenderman hoax does have an interesting conclusion to it all. Because although Slenderman doesn't make any appearance in the actual show, in 2018 when Gravity Falls Lost Legends was published, in the first story, which is Face It, there's this one page where Slenderman does make an appearance. He's in the underground, like black market where Dipper and Pacifica are hanging out on their, I don't know, supposed date. And, like, they're, like, you know, like, Slenderman's lost his wallet and stuff. And, like, that is the first time Slenderman has canonically, or canon-ish, because Gravity Falls Lost Legends is technically not canon, but that is the first time that Slenderman has made an appearance officially in Gravity Falls. So, like, I mean, is it because of the Slenderman hoax image? We probably will never know because, like, Alex probably will never say, but, like, it's likely he might have been influenced from it. So, in a sense, the Slenderman hoax image did make its way into Gravity Falls history. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, it's just so incredible that this thing made it into the show. Like, in a small way. Like, I think that's a good testament to just how great this fandom is and how great the show was. That a fake image meme from almost 10 years ago could make its way into an official book related to the show. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a joke post, but yeah, that's the cool thing. So basically, to conclude, it's unlikely we may ever know the original source of the Slenderman hoax image, but I think I rest easier now knowing that that we have a better idea of when it was posted and likely where it might have been. And from there, the fact that it ended up making it into Gravity Falls in a weird way. So, yeah. That's basically it for me. Okay, this is me in the future. This is basically a few months after I finished recording that whole segment and stuff. I decided to do a bit more searching for the image afterwards. Just looking at more leads and whatnot, and basically I wrote a post about the whole thing later on, and basically what I found was this. Like, basically I did a reverse image search of the Slenderman Hoax image on what's that reverse image search website, what's it called, but like I set it through like looking for like the oldest mention of the image, and I found a post for the image on DeviantArt of all places. Yes, I know, and it was posted on the 11th of July 2012, and that's significant because while it's not the source as the person who posted it stated below, it was, and because it wasn't made by them, it is another surviving post that proves that the image was made on the 11th, was posted on the 11th of July, most likely, and it leads me more to believe so that that's when the image first appeared on the internet. At first I thought this was like possibly a good lead because this might be an even older mention than the Know Your Meme post, but as I did I looked in the data and whatnot of the image through like inspect elements, and like the DeviantArt image was posted at 10:55 p.m. EDT, while the Know Your Meme version was posted at 10:13 p.m. EDT. So that definitely means that this image was not the first mention of it. So yeah, this was most likely a repost from the Know Your Meme image. So yeah, it's really not a big lead. That said, I did find out that I did a bit more searching on the person who made the original image on Know Your Memes, and as far as I could tell, the person who posted like memes are not funny anymore. They posted a couple of other memes and stuff on their profile, but none of them were anywhere close to similar to the Slenderman image. So I don't really have any reason still to believe that this person was the creator of the image. Like, at first I was somewhat believing it might have been, but now that I look at it again, no, it's not. This person very likely found the image from somewhere else, probably the source of it, and they just never posted it elsewhere. I just want to once again just reiterate into this video, it's possible I may have missed something during my search, and if that is the case, I would just want to mention one more. If anyone out there has any leads or knows anything else, perhaps, then please do comment it below or get in touch somehow, because I have a lot of belief that this image was likely posted at some point on perhaps 4chan or another forum or something, and it's since been deleted, and it was never properly archived. I know that there are some ways to like see old 4chan posts, for example, so it's possible, like, I mean, if the 4chan, like, my guess is like this was posted on the cartoon board, so like the something CO board, and I don't know much about 4chan, but like if the image was posted on 4chan, that it might have been posted like a day or two earlier, and it just started going mainstream afterwards on the 11th of July. And if that's the case, then it's possible that if an archive of the board still exists, then that might be where the image is located. Like, I have reason to possibly believe that it might have been 4chan, but obviously I have no proof to back that. But if anyone knows any way to, see old 4chan posts from like on boards and stuff from back and then, please let me know. At this point, like, I'm pretty much at the end of the search for this image. Like, there is no more leads I can physically find. So if anyone has any more details or leads, please do get in touch. I mean, if we can find Alex Hirsch's Letterman appearance, then this can be found as well. So, hopefully the next time I make a video on this, if I ever do, it's going to be on the discovery of the image's source, not conceding of defeat or more leads. So, there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching, and bye.